It was almost 2 a.m. Sayeed stood alone on an abandoned road just outside the city. His car had broken down, and there was no one nearby to ask for help. The night was eerily silent, except for the occasional rustling of leaves in the cold wind. On one side of the road stood an enormous, ancient banyan tree, its twisted branches casting monstrous shadows under the pale moonlight. Beside it, an old, decaying cottage stood, its wooden walls rotting and covered in vines. Sayeed pulled out his phone, hoping to call for help, but there was no signal. He sighed, kicking a small stone in frustration. Suddenly, from the corner of his eye, he noticed something. The door of the cottage creaked open on its own. A dim, flickering light was visible inside. Sayeed felt a chill crawl up his spine. Maybe someone lived there? Maybe they had a phone? His rational mind tried to suppress the overwhelming sense of unease that crept through his body. Then he heard it, a whisper, soft and chilling, coming from behind him. "Come inside." His breath caught in his throat. He spun around, eyes scanning the darkness. No one was there. The road was empty. The trees stood motionless. His heart pounded, but curiosity got the better of him. Gathering his courage, he took slow, cautious steps toward the open door. As he entered the cottage, the smell of mold and something rotten hit his nose. Inside, everything was covered in dust, the furniture old and broken. A single candle flickered on a wooden table, though no one was there to have lit it. Then he noticed it. On the far wall, hanging ominously, was a massive mirror. Its surface was cloudy, almost like it was hiding something within. Sayeed stepped closer, staring at his own reflection. Something felt wrong. The reflection seemed delayed, almost as if it was watching him rather than mimicking him. Then bang! The door slammed shut behind him with a force that shook the entire room. Sayeed jumped, his breathing shallow. He rushed to the door, grabbing the handle, but it wouldn't budge. He was trapped. Suddenly, a sound came from the mirror, faint, sorrowful sobbing. Sayeed turned slowly, his skin crawling. The reflection had changed. His own image was gone. Instead, in the mirror stood a woman. Her face was bruised, her dress tattered, her hair tangled and covering part of her face. But her eyes were the worst. They were hollow, empty black voids staring straight at him. Sayeed's body refused to move. He wanted to scream, to run, but he was frozen in place. Then the woman in the mirror began to smile. A slow, sinister smile that sent ice through his veins. Her lips moved, but instead of hearing her voice from the mirror, he heard it behind him. "You have come. Now you will never leave." The candle flickered violently and went out. The room was plunged into darkness. A blood-curdling scream tore through the air. The next morning, when villagers passed by the abandoned cottage, they found something outside the door. A body. Sayeed's body. His face was twisted in an expression of sheer terror, his mouth frozen mid-scream. But the most horrifying thing? His eyes were missing. Two black, empty sockets stared up at the sky. The villagers whispered among themselves. They knew the story. Decades ago, a young woman had been murdered in that very cottage, her body hidden behind the mirror. Since then, anyone who entered the cursed place never left alive. And yet, at night, if you stand close enough to the cottage, you can still hear the faint sobbing of a woman, waiting for the next visitor.